in at this point in time, and the latest is about the winter session of Parliament. It's day 2. The Sansad debate list is ready. Sources have told Times Now that on 8th of December, there's going to be a discussion on Vande Mataram. Then on 9th of December, there's going to be a discussion on electoral reforms. In fact, Parliament has set aside 10 hours for a debate on electoral reforms. That's the latest update coming in. And tomorrow onwards, hopefully, we have learned that things will happen as per the plan. Remember, even the Parliamentary Affairs Minister Kiran Rijiju yesterday, while speaking in the Parliament, made it very, very clear that, the government wants to take up a discussion that the opposition is demanding. But of course, they should not really be focusing on any kind of a timeline. Of course, all the demands are going to be considered, the demands that are being made from the opposition side. And Pragya is now joining us on the phone line for more on this. Pragya, so from 8th onwards, we can say that some debates are going to take place. What more details can you share with us?
Well, a very important breakthrough that has come from the government and opposition side. There had been a series of meetings earlier at 11:15. Speaker had called the meeting of opposition parties to ensure that the House was complete. Then there was another meeting with Mr. Kiran Rijiju at 12:15. There was then another meeting with Mr. Speaker again at 3:30. There was meeting. In that meeting, it is decided that on Monday, the debate on Vande Mataram will take place. It is the time allocated for that is 10 hours, and on Tuesday, the demand on the electoral reform debate that had come from the opposition, for which they had stalled the Parliament, since it started on December 1, that will take place in Lok Sabha. Even for that, 10 hours have been allocated, and in fact, government has agreed to the demand. And there are some contours to this debate also. They have been told that it needs to be on the broader electoral reform, whereas they also believe that the opposition will definitely speak on FIR, and government is also ready for that. So Monday it is Vande Mataram debate, and Tuesday it is electoral reform debate, and we will you see some sparks flying during the debate as well. It is going to be hectic days. 10 hours for this debate, but it is agreed that opposition will participate in the House business from tomorrow onwards. Right. So that would mean that there will be some business that they will be undertaking also, and opposition has agreed to be participating in that process and also in the debate as vis-a-vis bills are concerned. Right.
And also, Pragya, if you can tell us a little bit about how, the government managed to convince the opposition for these specific dates. Because remember, the opposition has been quite adamant in terms of its demand. Opposition has been continuously, asking for a discussion on SIR, electoral reforms, etc. So how did it really happen? Who really had a conversation? How did it really happen? Tell us a little bit about it.
Hina, this is also involvement of the top brass of all political parties, because the floor leaders represent their political parties, and in fact, from the meeting that was convened at Speaker's chamber, most of them came out to discuss this with their top leadership, because there needs to be a consensus on how they want the debate, whether they are agreeing for the debate on Vande Mataram first and electoral reform second, because then initially in the first half of the day, when there was meeting in Mr. Rijiju's chairman and also at Speaker's chamber, opposition was adamant that they wanted electoral reforms first. But then Speaker again called up the meeting ministry of all the floor leaders of the opposition parties, and it was discussed in detail. And Speaker and also Mr. Rijiju, they convinced of the intention of the government that they would want the debate. It is not that they do not want the debate. They had said this in the Parliament on the floor of the House as well, but it is just a matter of time, and also need to decide how much time and what date. It was decided, it is then decided that these debates will take place on Monday, Vande Mataram, and for electoral reform on Tuesday. So much of cajoling and also finding middle ground from the end of the Speaker, I would say. Mr. Birla has put a lot of effort, and so did the Parliamentary Affairs Minister Mr. Kiran Rijiju, to ensure that there will be a debate.
All right. Pragya, thank you very much for the moment for joining us with your